My friends were hiding something about the guy I'd been dating online for 6 months. When I finally pushed them to tell me the truth, I wished I had never asked. Byron and I started talking back in April, right after my last relationship fell apart. We texted nonstop and stayed up until 3 in the morning talking about everything and nothing. It felt real. It felt right. I even bought plane tickets to meet him for a weekend and told my mom about him. But my friends had been acting strange for weeks. Every time I brought up Byron, they went quiet or found excuses to leave the room. 2 months ago, I showed them a screenshot of something he sent me, and Jenna's face went pale before she locked herself in the bathroom for 20 minutes. When I mentioned the trip, everyone froze until someone forced a subject change. They kept exchanging these guilty looks like they were hiding something huge. I started thinking Byron might be married or dangerous, and my friends found out but didn't know how to break it to me. They clearly knew something I didn't, and I needed answers before getting on that plane. I started paying closer attention to everything. That night, I went through old messages and noticed something odd. His texting style completely changed from one day to the next. One day it was full of emojis and exclamation points. The next day it was perfect grammar with zero personality. I checked the timestamps and realized the switch sometimes happened mid-conversation. He felt like one person at 8 p.m. and a totally different person by 9. I brought it up to Jenna the next day. She went pale again and said people text differently depending on their mood, and I needed to stop reading into things. But her hands were shaking. That weekend, I was scrolling through Byron's pictures and did a reverse image search on one of them. It popped up on a stock photo modeling site. My stomach dropped. I called Lauren and told her what I found. She went quiet, then said people use fake photos when they feel insecure, and it doesn't mean anything. But her voice cracked, and I knew she wasn't telling the truth. I reverse searched every photo he ever sent. Every single one came from the same modeling site. I felt sick. I texted Tracy asking if she knew anything about the fake photos. She called me back crying, telling me to stop digging and just trust that he cared about me. I asked how she could possibly know that, and she hung up. By Thursday, I'd had enough. I went to Jenna's apartment with screenshots of the model's photos and told her I wasn't leaving until someone explained what was going on. She looked at the pictures, broke down crying, and said she needed to call everyone. Within an hour, Lauren and Tracy were there. None of them would look at me. The room felt like someone was about to confess to a crime. Jenna held out her phone without looking up. I took it and saw Byron's profile open and logged in. My whole body went cold. She took her phone back, typed something as him, and 3 seconds later the same message appeared on my phone. The room tilted. I couldn't breathe. Tracy finally spoke through tears. She said it started as a stupid drunk bet 6 months ago, right after my breakup. Someone at a party joked they could create the perfect guy online and make me fall for him. And they actually did it. They used photos of some random model and thought it would be funny for a week. But 2 weeks in, something happened they didn't expect. I sent Byron a message at 2 in the morning about my older brother. He died when I was 13, and we'd gotten into a fight that day. The last thing I ever said to him was that I hated him. I never told anyone that story because the guilt was crushing me. But I told Byron because he felt safe and didn't judge me. Lauren whispered that she was the one who answered me that night. She couldn't look at me when she said she never meant for me to fall in love with something she typed as a joke. They kept it going for months because they didn't know how to tell me the truth without breaking me. Every vulnerable moment I shared was really just my friends taking turns pretending to be the guy they made up. I started laughing, and they all stared at me like I'd lost my mind. 6 months of my life. 6 months falling for someone who didn't exist. I grabbed my bag and walked to the door. Jenna said something about how they only kept going because they cared about me and didn't want to hurt me. I prefer this response. Full story on the channel. Link below. Click now and watch what happened next.